Tonight on Connecticut's news station, heavy rain moving through right now, and some thunderstorms are on the way over the next 2 hours. Breaking it down with live radar and a look ahead to what to expect this week.
Plus, a Fox 61 exclusive tonight as we hear from the family of the Elm City's latest homicide, how they are recovering tonight. And Hartford police are investigating another shooting. The details we are learning.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin with the weather watch tonight. A nasty Sunday with heavy rain, gloomy skies, and even a chance for some rumbles of thunder. Let's get right over to meteorologist Ryan Bratton. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Carmen. Hi, everybody. A very wet weekend, and it's going to cap off over the next couple of hours with some heavy rain and thunder. Look at this to our south. Storm system here, a big swirl to it, and right ahead of it, there is a line of some thunderstorms that's developing, just about to move on to Long Island. And this is flying north. So I put the tracker on it just to give you an idea of when you may hear some thunder or see some lightning. It'll be getting into New Haven just before 11 o'clock and coming up into Waterbury and the Hartford area between 11 and 11:30. Out ahead of this main line of heavy rain, we have heavy rain out there right now. Some downpours coming through the Hartford area, just to the north of town, up through Windsor and Simsbury over to New Hartford. And this is also moving north. So it is a very wet evening out there. And it's only going to get heavier briefly over the next couple of hours with that line of thunderstorm action coming our way. They're not severe, but you will likely hear thunder, and some of you may see lightning over the next few hours as it comes through. Storm system is very quick moving, though. By 3 in the morning, most of the rain is done, and actually the sun will come out tomorrow morning, but that could fuel a pop-up shower or maybe even a small thunderstorm with a little bit of small hail in western Connecticut tomorrow afternoon. So by morning, this round of rain is gone. We will actually see a little bit of sun tomorrow. It'll be breezy. Temperatures starting in the 50s, ending up in the low 60s with a chance for a pop-up shower, especially in western and northern Connecticut. It is a cool, damp week ahead. We'll break it all down and let you know when this pattern finally may move away coming up. Carmen?
Ryan, thank you. Police are still investigating a shooting in Manchester this morning. Officers responding to the area of 61 Seaman Circle after reports of shots fired. One witness told police 2 cars drove off, and while police investigated, a person who was shot showed up at Hartford Hospital. Police believe this person is connected to the Seaman Circle shooting. This is still a very active investigation. If anyone has any information, please contact Manchester Police. And Hartford police are investigating an early morning shooting. Officers responded around 2 a.m. to Congress Street after a shot spotter notification. When they arrived, they found a person shot on Maple Avenue. The 30-year-old man was taken to the hospital, and there's no word on his condition tonight. Hartford police are still investigating. Connecticut State Police are asking for the public's help tonight in identifying a pedestrian struck and killed by a car in Middletown this morning. Police say this happened on Route 9 South in the area of Old Exit 10 around 4 a.m. today. They say a car traveling southbound hit a pedestrian in the right lane. The driver stayed on the scene, and police took the pedestrian to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Connecticut State Police have been unable to identify the pedestrian and are releasing this description and hope someone knows him. They say he's a white man between 5'6" to 5'8". He has brown eyes, black hair, and a black and red full beard. He was found wearing a white National Geographic t-shirt, a gray undershirt, blue jeans with black belt, and a white Nike Air low-top sneakers. They add he has no scars, tattoos, or descriptive marks. If anyone has any information, please contact State Police. Now to a Fox 61 exclusive, the wife of the latest New Haven homicide victim speaking out. 39-year-old Juan Carlos Colon was killed on Thursday, and by Friday, police had announced they charged his business partner, Charles Brown Jr., with his murder. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner sat down with her and joins us in the studio with the story. DeAndrea?
But Carmen, his wife tells me tonight that she still feels like this is a dream. And I also spoke with his brother, who says that he just wishes that his brother was on vacation and that he wasn't dead, both saying that they haven't processed it all.
When words fail, pictures serve as a valuable reminder.
preserving special moments and memories like the ones one Carlos Colon and his family had before his life was taken away.
He was just such a happy soul, such a beautiful soul.
Colon was a father of two, a husband, a businessman, and the oldest brother. His wife and youngest brother didn't want to go on camera because they say their grief is still too hard to express, but wanted his memory to go on.
We lost the rock to our house. We lost the one who keeps it together.
Now she is having to keep it together for their 9-year-old son and their 1-year-old daughter.
Yes, children are supposed to bury their parents, but not at this age.
Colon was killed on Thursday at his auto shop in New Haven. Police say his business partner, 47-year-old Charles V. Brown, was arrested and charged with his murder.
Came as a surprise, for sure, because regardless of any issues, none of them warranted this outcome.
According to the police report, Brown says that he was involved in a physical fight with Colon and shot him. The police report also states that Brown thought that Colon had a gun, although he never saw it.
I don't know how my husband was a threat to him. You know, he didn't have a gun pointed at him. He didn't have no weapon on him. He trusted him.
Now Colon's family is left to grieve.
No one won here. No one.
And hold on to their memories.
This is a forever process for us and our family. We won't get to see him on the holidays. We won't get phone calls from him. We won't be able to visit him.
Now, Brown was arraigned at court on Friday and is being held on a $2 million bond. He is set to appear back in court on May 10th. In the studio, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
DeAndrea, thank you. A follow-up tonight after a car struck a house in Bloomfield. It happened on Elizabeth Avenue yesterday around 7 p.m. Bloomfield police say there was minor damage to the house and the car. The two people inside the car were both taken to the hospital with minor injuries and are expected to be okay. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. As the weather starts to warm up, many of Hartford's most vulnerable received new socks, sneakers, foot exams, and other support from Footwear with Care this morning. Footwear with Care held its spring kickoff event this morning on the Hartford Yukon campus in collaboration with Fleet Feet Sports West Hartford, Connecticut Podiatrist, and the Hartford Police Department. The organization says they typically help around 1,000 people in need each year with new shoes and overall foot health. Tomorrow, a remote hearing will take place for the 5 officers charged in connection to the Randy Cox case. Cox was paralyzed after being hurt in the back of a prisoner transport van last June. Officer Oscar Diaz, Officer Jocelyn Lavandier, Officer Ronald Presley, Officer Luis Rivera, and Sergeant Betsy Segui have all been charged with reckless endangerment and the 2nd degree and cruelty to persons. They have all pleaded not guilty and are set to have a remote hearing tomorrow. And a public wake will be held tomorrow for the late Stu Leonard Sr., the founder of the Stu Leonard grocery store chain, after he died Friday night at the age of 93. Leonard studied agriculture at UConn. The first Stu Leonard store then opened in December of 1969 in Norwalk before spreading all across the tri-state region. He is survived by his wife of 70 years, their 4 children, as well as 13 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. The wake will be at St. Matthew's Church on Scribner Avenue in Norwalk tomorrow from 3 to 7 p.m. Also tomorrow, the town of South Windsor is holding a ribbon-cutting ceremony for their newly constructed COVID-19 memorial on the Major Michael Donnelly Land Preserve. The ceremony will take place at the preserve on Sullivan Avenue tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. And also something to look forward to this week. Our Fox 61 Spring Bucket List Tour is back, and it all starts on Monday. Rachel Piscatelli and Keith McGilvery will be heading around Connecticut, showing you some fun activities to check out this spring. We'll be heading to a tropical spot that might surprise you and Mystic Aquarium. We'll also visit a beautiful tulip farm, go horseback riding, and go on the pitch with the Hartford Athletics soccer team. Now be sure to join us tomorrow through Friday from 7 to 11 a.m. next week to see all of the fun.